Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. So I'm going to show you how to make the best beef stew you would ever have. Okay, so we're first going to start off with our cow meat. I'm using the boneless cow meat, and I did chop this into smaller pieces. I did add in some blended onion, ginger and garlic paste, beef seasoning powder, some seasoning cube, and some salt to taste. Okay, give this a good mix and do not add water at this point. I always let the spices just infuse into the meat and let the meat produce its own juices before I proceed to add in some water. This is to maintain the flavor in the meat. Okay, and cow meat is tough, so you're going to want to make sure you cook it on medium low heat till you achieve the tenderness you want. And I was adding Wele to this stew, right? But the Wele was really soft, so I didn't want to add it in the beginning and let it have like a really extremely soft texture. No, I wanted my Wele to be perfect, so I added it in when my cow meat was almost done. Okay, then I proceeded to fry my cow meat till it was golden brown. Okay, I'm going to add this into the stew, right? So I wanted it to like fry properly, so that I'll get that hachia wachi meat flavor and texture, right? That's what we're going for. Yes, so I'm going to flip this till my meat is properly fried. And please cover your meat when you're frying it. If not, it's going to splash on you, and you don't want to injure yourself just because of small food you want to enjoy. Okay, so yes, please be careful when you're dealing with hot oil. Right, so I'm going to pick my meat out, then I'm going to leave the oil in the pot because I'm going to start with my stew. I'll then add in some blended onion, ginger and garlic paste. Then I let that fry. Then I add in some bay leaf, right? Bay leaf is perfect for slow cooked meals, just like stews and soups, so I always like to add it from the beginning. So I'm going to let that fry for a bit before I proceed to add in my pepper. Okay, I did add in the green pepper, like the paprika kind. Then I added in a bit of powdered pepper for more heat. Okay, and that powdered pepper is hot, so I added in just a bit to make it perfect, right? Just like that. Going to let that fry. And I'm all about easy and convenient recipes. Okay, so I just use tomato paste. If you have fresh tomatoes, you can add that to the tomato paste, but I had only the tomato paste, so that's what I went for. Right, and each time you're using tomato paste or anything tomatoes, you're going to let that fry till it's no longer sweet and sour. All right, let it fry properly. That's when you're going to get the full potential of your stew. All right, then I add in my cow meat stock. Always use your stock when you're cooking. Then I rinse my blender that I used to blend the pepper. Then I add the water into my stew. Okay, I don't waste anything. I'm adding in my Wele and my cow meat at this point because I want it to cook with the stew, so the stew will be infused into the meat and the Wele and just give it like more flavors and let it taste delicious. Now it's time to add in my seasonings. I added in some curry powder, some seasoning cube, and some salt to taste. Right, give that a good mix, and you can see just looking at the stew, you can tell that it has fried properly. It's not sour. You're not getting that tomato taste and all that from it, right? And once you see your oil separating from the stew, you know that your stew is good to go, right? Then I add in my finishing touches, which is always the pepper and the freshly sliced onions. And what is a Ghanaian dish without boiled eggs, right? So I did add in some boiled eggs, and I always want my boiled eggs buried in the stew, so the stew would just, enter everything well. It just gives it like a different flavor, right? It's amazing. You should try this. I'm going to give this a good stir and be gentle because we don't want to break our eggs. Okay, just like that. Exactly. And please don't complain that the oil is too much, right? There's like a lot of stew. The oil is just perfect for it. But you can use less oil for health reasons, okay? Yes, my stew is all done perfect. This is going to be perfect for wache, rice, kenke, banku. Try this and let me know.